Wow, you are here. You're actually here. Even though the thumbnail says do not enter, you're here for this. Just wow. Thanks, I guess? Or you're just curious enough to see how I felt about this thing. So what are we talking about today? Well, obviously it is... 31. So if you didn't know, you probably know, but this is directed by Rob Zombie, a very prolific name in the horror universe of movies and such. I personally haven't seen anything by him, but I always hear about his name. I mean, Rob Zombie, that's a pretty badass name to do horror stuff with. Anyway, so let's get back to the deal. So it is an independent horror film, written and directed by him, and it stars an ensemble cast featuring Sheri Moon Zombie, his wife, Jeff Daniel Phillips, Lawrence Hilton-Jacobs, Meg Foster, Richard Blake, Malcolm McDowell, Judy Geeson, and Jane Carr. Everyone else, look down below, I guess. So this movie basically revolves around 5 carnival workers, and they have to survive this game called 31 while evading murderers known as the Heads, who are dressed as clowns, and that have names that define their unique personality. So yeah, that's basically the entire film. So, as you can tell, this is a very casual, low production, no hats. I think I'm going to start doing these where I'm just going to watch a film, and if it's bad enough, I'm just not going to even prepare anything for it. In a sense, just to like rail against about how I felt. So first off, it is 5 people. It's about them getting killed. And the only good thing that I can give this film is that aesthetically, it is what it should be. It's dark and murky and just dark, and you don't know what's going on at times. Just like, oh, all these darkness. I'm just repeating myself. But anyway, like, the costume designs is really interesting. These clowns, the over usage of the Nazi symbols, that's just messed up. Don't know why they did that. I mean, clowns and Nazis, is that supposed to make them like, holy crap, like, I'm gonna die faster, or I'm getting killed by a Nazi clown? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, visually it's like crazy. These guys with chainsaws, and it's on a carnival, and then you have these aristocrat dressed up people that are messed up, and they want to watch this game, and then things happen, and that's basically all I got out of it. I mean, characters-wise, it's just boring. It's lackluster. I mean, you can go like, hey dude, you're railing against a zombie film. What do you expect? That's the whole thing. I didn't expect anything. I thought it was a Rob Zombie. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I wouldn't expect it to be this bland. I mean, there are things that could have been done well. I mean, you could have gave us deaths, but for some reason, every gruesome death they cut away from. There's a midget Nazi clown stabs this guy, and then right when he stabs him, it cuts away, and you're like, that could have been a very gory death, but no. But everything else are trying to make it gory, but like implied. So I sort of wish that they just went into the whole goriness of it all. Maybe ramped up the body counts instead of just having 5 people. It's more people. And then also there's random people that just disappear. Like, they're on this RV, and then they get stopped, and then they get rushed, and then they get thrown in this compound. And all of a sudden, like, the fat guy disappears. Like, no one ever talks about him. He's not even in the game, so I assume he died. And then they kill off the black people first, which is like racism galore already. And it's just sad. I mean, there's a lot of monologue. The last clown guy is pretty menacing. I mean, the first shot of this movie was really good. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, it opened that dauntingness of this guy comes out of the doorway and he lumbers over, and then he grabs this guy and he has like some deep monologue talks. I'm like, that's kind of intriguing. I was like, okay, maybe this thing will be good. But it wasn't, and it's just literally, they painted all these characters to be just horrible people that you wouldn't care about. So, watching it, I was like, oh my goodness, they're gonna kill off these horrible people, and I'm gonna be like, yes, these horrible people are dying, and like, yeah, like, you would root for them to die, but then the deaths are so bland, and it's just like, whatever, I don't really care. There's really nothing that you care about. Even the game itself, you're not curious as to why it occurs. I mean, on different levels, you can go like, why would it matter? It's like about killing people. I'm like, sure, but they didn't deliver at the killing people. So it's like, then give me why the game exists. That didn't deliver. And then the last ending of it all was just like, wow, he just monologued way too long, and then the game ended, and that was it. And it was just like, wow, I can't believe This is how it's gonna end. And it ended like that, and I was just like, wow. You couldn't just have committed to your cause. You had to have some silver lining here and there, and it's just really, I don't know, it just got worse than it could have. I mean, as bland as it is, and you just killed off everybody, that would have been like, you know, you did it. You sought out these people. That was the goal of this film, was to like have these people die and have these talks and stuff, and then the ending doesn't happen, and you're just like, wow. Just wow. So yeah, you're still here, I'm still here, I'm actually doing a review on this. I mean, I gotta get something out of it, like, get my time back, or something. So 31 by Rob Zombie. I think, if you have seen stuff of his that is amazing and is definitely recommended, please leave it down below. So yeah, what is your favorite? Is there a favorite? Can you say there's a favorite Rob Zombie film fan out there? I mean, even on the sort of, what am I going at? I go into these thinking it's not going to be amazing, it's not going to be, I'm not having high expectations. I'm just going like, you're just going to do what you got to do, and I'll just go with it. I mean, if you want to be a gore fest, do it. But they don't. You're going to kill people a lot? They do, but it's like half-ass bland. You know, make it intriguing and this like mysterious thing, I don't care for it. Nor is it really like matter, like, why does this compound exist? I mean, these rich people want to see people dying, and it's like, okay, that's pretty generic, so whatever. So yeah, overall, this is a very long video for this movie already. So if you have seen 31, why did you do it? Why did you do it to yourself? Tell me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that's it for this talk about 31. Later.